Hey guys, Larry here. This video's late as shit, sorry. Real quick before we just start all the stuff, let me explain everything. So, I had to move. I did put that update video out that I had to move. I lost my job, so I decided to go back and take a while off before I can work on my next plan. Well, since then, I got COVID, so that was a lot of fun, and good lord. Luckily I'm fine now, but you know, it still sucked, and I still think everyone should wear a fucking mask, and it wasn't fun. I lost a good friend, Scott, Optimus 420 SL, to COVID, so it hurts. Like, it sucks to like always see the many deaths and the many cases every day, every year. Like, you know, every year. It's only been like a year. The deaths and the cases and all that, but it really doesn't affect you until someone you love or cherish or a really good friend with gets it and unfortunately passes from it. So I didn't want to make this kind of sad, but I got COVID. And I want everyone else to, you know, be serious about this. And then after that, I just kind of lost energy. It took me a month to actually start unpacking everything from the move, and it sucks. I had no energy, and now I've also just kind of hit that funk of, what do I want to do with my life? I hate making this opening so sad, but this is just kind of the stuff I want to talk about. This is why I want to say this video took so long. However, this is just 2021. What did 2020 bring? I honest to God believe, as much as fucking everything happened in 2020, all the shit that happened, the division among people, and also the unity of people, I think I like 2020. It was not a good year, I'll admit it, but I had a personal growth year. I kind of looked back and looked at myself and looked at other moments in my life. I kind of got a better understanding of what I want and who I am. I've learned from the mistakes, and hopefully I will not create more mistakes. A lot of that stuff I don't want to talk about, obviously, because this is YouTube and you probably don't care. You'd be like, I want to see the figures. So let's get on with it. But first, I do want to say 2020 was a good year for the channel. As much as I didn't put out a whole lot of content, I did put out a Secret Transformer Show episode. It was the 10th anniversary. We hit 3,000 subscribers. A very proud year, in my opinion. To actually accomplish all three things in 1 year is fun. All the little stupid videos of like me eating food and shit. That was also fun. But yeah, and then also, hey, I got this cool little polo that has my logo on it, and I like this a lot. I paid $30 to $40 for this thing, and this is the second time I'm wearing it, so I need to get this money's worth on this little thing. Okay, now we can talk about toys. I collected like 100 toys this year. It was a lot of fun. So obviously, before we start with the 20 list, let's start with the honorable mentions. First honorable mention goes to Cyberverse Megatron. This thing ain't good for whatever the price is. I wouldn't doubt this is $20, $30. But I found this at a Goodwill for $4. This thing's a lot of fun for $4, so I love it. It's fun. I never owned this mold before, and then this year I went to a flea market and they had this. Revenge of the Fallen Skywarp. I like him a lot. I dig him. I think he's a pretty cool dude. I'm going to put these two together because I got them together in a bundle. It is the Lost Age Evasion Mode Optimus Prime that has the more accurate colors, like, you know, white, red, rusty colors. And then also Darkseid Lost Age Soundwave, who is Sound Blaster. But, like, I got these guys off a good deal on eBay, and I like them a lot. They're really great, and they are displayed proudly on the shelves. If I had the shelves up and such. I only got this thing because it was on clearance. The Netflix Spoiler Pack Ultra Magnus. He's actually a lot of fun, and I don't think I'll be getting the Kingdom one because honestly I like this, and the only reason, like I said, I bought it was because it was on clearance, and I kind of wanted whatever else was in that thing, so I thought, why not a leader for a Voyager price. He's pretty decent. I actually like him a lot. I got this for a project way in the future. Shock Blast. Alternator Shock Blast. He's not perfect, but this is the second or third. This is probably second alternators I ever owned, and I dig him a lot. He's pretty cool. I really like this one. I just wanted him because he's odd, because I never had a Shockwave that's a car or any kind of Earth vehicle. Thought, why not? This one genuinely surprised me. It's Studio Series Starscream. I wasn't going to get him because I have an oversized KO of the Dark of the Moon Starscream, which effectively this is what it is an oversized Dark of the Moon Starscream. But he's actually way fucking taller, and he's actually really nice, articulated, great. I'm glad I got him. I just wish I had the Dark of the Moon, or the Revenge of the Fallen version. But this is pretty good for what it is for now. Once again, on the things that are just, I got on clearance. MMC's Fellow Saber. I like him a lot. I never got in on the Feral Rex thing, but I saw this for 25 bucks and I was like, why the hell not? I just thought he was looking cool and cool looking and all that kind of such. And I'm glad I got this guy. I'm going to put these two together because I got these from the same guy. Hunter Decepticon Sea Spray and Allsparks Power Cliff Jumper. I got these from Optibotimus. He was selling a bunch of his stuff, and these figures tempted me enough. And I've always wanted this one, and I'm becoming a Cliff Jumper fan because, so I thought, why not get these? I also got some other thing from him, but I decided not to put it on the list. He's a good, the figure I did get, it's the Generations Bumblebee from the Thrill of 30 line. It's alright, but I didn't put it on this list. But these two are great. Thanks, Optibotimus. I'm also putting these two together. There's going to be a lot of doubles like that. It's Dropkick and Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. The perfect versions of both. Oh shit, something's missing on this guy. Oh, it's his gun. Anyway, I got these two, and they're perfect. The perfect Jesse and James couple. Perfect, I love it. I got this guy for like ridiculous cheap, and I always wanted this mold. 2010's Strafe. He's very interesting. I had played only with this mold once before, borrowed it from a cousin, and now I have a version of this mold. It's not Mind Wipe, unfortunately, but still pretty cool looking. Time to add to the Cliff Jumper pile. Fuck. I actually think the Studio Series Cliff Jumper isn't that bad. I really like him, actually. He's kind of cool. He's a little finicky. His legs aren't great, but like, I love this guy. And I'm not gonna put the half joke. Make that on your own. Since I've worked on Ascension and Misfortune, this one character has been in both, and every time I've wanted to own a version of this thing, so I can at least complete my like line of owning figures from both of those shows. And now I finally do. Arms Micron Wild Rider. It is just Wheeljack, but I very much dig him, and I'm glad to own him in my collection because he's so rad looking. It's so cool. This came to me on Christmas Eve from my good Canadian friend. What did I dropped Dropkick's gun. Anyway, animated Bulkhead. I've been dying to complete like my Autobot lineup of the animated characters. All I really need now is a Voyager Optimus Prime because I have the deluxe one. I don't really. Anyway, I got this guy finally, and he's huge. I love him. He's the later one, so I'm glad to get this, and thanks Mason for getting me this guy. I'm too lazy to transform this thing. It is Studio Series Jetfire. I am genuinely surprised I even got to get this guy because I saw this guy for like $70 and like higher up on like online. I went to a flea market and this guy was like $75. I found him at Walmart brand new for $50 just randomly, and I'm glad to get him, and sorry I didn't transform him. I almost forgot I even got this guy. I forgot to put him on the list. I just was going through all my toys, and I was like, aha, this thing. This is a genuine surprise. I didn't think I was going to get this thing, and I got him, and he's actually kind of fun. Authentic Soundwave. He's just this really tall Voyager toy. Yeah, he's kind of cheap. He is very, very, he is very cheap, but for 20 bucks, he's not a bad guy. He's actually pretty cool sized. He's really well done. I like him a lot. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's still pretty good. Forgive me for not transforming one of these. This is a triple. It is Prowl, Smokescreen, and Blue Streak. I got Blue Streak, and I kind of threw him in whenever I bought him. Anyway, I got these guys, and I really dig them. I got Prowl first. I wasn't thinking I was going to really get all these things. I do like Smokescreen, so I was thinking about maybe I'll get Smokescreen. And I was getting the Ironhide Prowl pack, so I was like, whatever. And then I got him, and then I liked him. Then I got Smokescreen, then I found Blue Streak. There's the story. While we're at it, while I was just talking about him, here's Ironhide. I really like this guy. He's so cool. You're missing Ratchet because fucking Amazon screwed me over. But this is really cool. I like all these guys. They're pretty neat. This is one of the first few figures all year that it was given to me, and it is Siege Spinister from Dakota, I believe. He gave me this boy. I like him a lot. He's actually really cool. I like his colors. I forget what pride flag these colors. I think it's trans rights. Larry, editor Larry, put it right here, what that thing is. Anyway, I like this guy a lot. He's so cool and so colorful and shit. He's just so nice. I'm putting these two together, you can't tell me otherwise. It is Grapple and Hoist from Earthrise. I got this guy from somebody I know on YouTube, but I don't remember their name. But they put him up for sale on a Facebook thing, and I snatched him immediately. And this guy sanded down these pegs and made this guy look great. I'm glad. And then also I got Hoist to go with him, so they're the best of friends. They're the best of buddies. You know what they are. These figures really don't have anything in common. They just came from the same guy in different packages. From Kid Convoy 82, Snapdragon, and Runabout. Sorry about the camera just like blinding you with Runabout. Is this Runabout or is this Runamuck? I don't fucking remember. Either way, got these two, and I really dig them. They're just not top 20 list. Okay, I'm sorry, we're almost done with honorable mentions, but I want to say, and I forgot to transform him, sorry. This little guy, Ironworks, I got him, he was the last Transformer I bought all year, and normally at first I was going to be like, I don't really want to put him on the list. But I want to throw him on here because he was the only toy I had while in quarantine for a while, for like a week, when I was just by myself. This was the only thing I had, and I kind of grew an attachment to him. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's just precious. Another double, sue me. Anyway, it's from TFA 1024. It's G1 Bumblebee and G1 Reissue Cliffjumper. He sold me these on a good deal, and I needed this Bumblebee for Into the Secret Verse, and because I love Cliffjumper, I got him with it, and I like them. They're my good friends here. This guy was almost on the list, just almost. He barely scraped in 2020. Did you think you could hide? It's Blitzwing. I mean, he's really good. He's a Studio Series Blitzwing is really good. And like I said, he was so damn close on being on the list, but he just barely scraped by it. And the last thing on the honorable mentions, I'm so sorry. It is, what was it called again? Jetpack Bumblebee. Dakota sent me this towards the end of the year. I almost forgot I even got this too, but I did already open them. But it just means a lot to me because this was something on TFIA, and he found me this thing. So yeah, that's all the honorable mentions this year. So without dilly-dally, let's get on to the list. So number 20, it might not be extravagant, it might not be amazing toys, it may not be the most wild thing ever, but it's something personal to me. It's the 2-pack 07 Legends Cliffjumper and Recon Barricade. You might be asking, Larry, what the hell? They're just Legends toys from now 14 years ago. What the fuck is this? These mean a whole lot to me, and the best way I can describe it real quick is that when I was a young boy and when I first got into Transformers, the way I started collecting was Legends figures. And my family dollars around me had these things, the All-Spark Battle 2-pack Legend figures that had like Scorponok, Megatron, two different Jazzes for some reason, Ratchet, Ironhide, Optimus, all these ones. But the one I never could get was this 2-pack, and I think for some reason they just didn't have it. Finally, this year, I sat down and I was like, I'm buying it. And I finally got them, and it makes me feel good. Number 19 goes to Netflix Soundwave. I found this towards the holiday time when, I lost my jab. And I needed some cheering up, so I bought this guy and another guy you'll see later. I got this guy, and of course he comes with a better Laserbeak in my opinion, and it just got a Ravage that still sucks. But anyway, this guy's like a mini masterpiece almost. I was just transforming him off camera, and he's so damn close to being like masterpiece. Like it's almost a masterpiece because I did transform my masterpiece Soundwave today, and it's just kind of the same thing. There's a few things in there. This still kind of has some issues with the Siege Soundwave, Sound Blaster. Still has these stupid little rod things that I hate, but that's how life goes. But otherwise, this thing's great. It's like I said, a masterpiece, like a mini masterpiece. Number 18, it's Jeep Bumblebee. Okay, I wasn't even gonna buy this thing to be Bumblebee. I was going to make it Cliff Jumper because I felt like, with the name Cliff Jumper, it's kind of odd that he's not an all-terrain vehicle yet. And I was going to get this guy and I was going to repaint him. I fell in love with this guy on accident. I genuinely think this gray figure's great. Like, it has no right being this good. Like, holy shit, if you can go find this thing, go get it. That being said, the Studio Series Cliff Jumper and soon the B127 is a remold of this, but honestly, I think everybody needs to get this, because this is amazing how they did this. And this is better than the other Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee Deluxe figure from the movie Bumblebee, that is also Bumblebee. Number 17, I have been looking for this figure for years, since 2012. No, well, 2013. Well, maybe 2012. Anyway, been waiting for this figure. And I've seen this thing in person before. I would me own peepers, but it was for extravagant prices, and it's always sucked. Luckily, 2020 was also the 10th anniversary of my favorite Transformer show, so they actually got to re-release it through Hasbro Pulse. Breakdown. Now, you might be wondering, why isn't it higher on the list if it means so much to you? Well, I've already had this mold before. I have 2 of the Arms Micron Swerves, and I have the Megatron from BotCon that used the Silos Breakdown mold. So this is honestly the 4th version of this thing. But it still is amazing to finally have this guy. I have seen this thing in person for $250 plus. So to finally sit down and see this and play with it, it's so good. It really is fun. And it came with an Air Viacon, but I already had like 2 of them and whatever. I'm actually going to give one of those away to my good friend Zatsuki. But holy shit, guys. I'm glad to finally get this guy. 16 goes to 2 figures, because it's kind of hard to pick which ones, and, well, one of them sucks, kind of. It's Studio Series Roadbuster and Topspin. Of course, I was going to buy these things. The Dark of the Moon Wreckers are some of my favorite things ever to be created in existence. NASCAR Transformers, what can you go wrong with that? That also have a shit ton of guns. I was surprised they even did these things. Just licensing, I was afraid they weren't going to get some of these things, because here's a stupid little nerdy fact. All of the sponsors that were on Roadbuster, Topspin, and Leadfoot, they've all left NASCAR at this point. In fact, this year they don't even have the number 88 anymore. Like, they don't have Amp Energy or Mountain Dew. They don't have, or the National Guard. They don't have Lowe's. They don't have Target. Literally all those sponsors are gone. So I'm surprised they even made these two at all. They got some liberties down, like the 88s are pretty perfect on here. The 48s on these suck ass. They couldn't get Goodyear. They got Wreckers Unite. They did get the NASCAR logo, so that was really really cool. But no, I'm glad. I'm glad to get these guys. This one's my favorite out of the two, because this one's just kind of there. But, like, it still is good. I really like it. But this one, for sure, is my favorite of these two. But you say just those two. Foreshadow. Number 15 is like 5 of these guys. It should be 6 or 7, but unfortunately, everything sucks. Anyway, it's this Earthrise Seekers. So I did get Starscream first, of course, and it's just the classics one, but bigger. Cool. So I'm glad to get him, though. He's really cool. And then I, of course, got the two the two other main Seekers, Skywarp and Thundercracker. Of course, I bought it for this guy because the Siege one is still hard to find, and I'm always watching on eBay for a good priced one. Anyway, this one's really great. This is Thundercracker. That's all I got to say about that. And then I did get lucky, quote unquote, because Amazon sucked this year. I did get lucky, and I did get 2 of these cone heads. So out of my 2 favorites, I think it's Dirge. Ramjet, this one has honestly persuaded me that Ramjet's not the worst one. But he's still not my favorite one of the 3. But, like, I also really love Dirge's, like, screaming face. That's what also Skywarp and Thundercracker had, and I swapped their heads because I don't want Skywarp screaming. He is a distinguishable gentleman, and I will not have slander on Skywarp. Thundercracker could care less. Number 14 is an investment. It has started in 2019, and now it's all complete. Series Devastator, holy shit. It's been a while since I've touched this thing. Now, this thing ain't perfect in the slightest sense, but it's still cool, nonetheless, of the awe and mystery of this damn thing. Because some of these things, we never had toys before. We never had any toys for Hightower, Scrap Metal. We never had a toy for Scrapper. We never had a toy for fucking Overload. And I've always wanted an Overload toy all my life. I only had like the Legends one, and I broke it, and then I got a new one. But I'm so glad to get this thing, this whole set is really cool. Once again, I think my least favorite thing here is Mixmaster, because he's not that fun. Scavenger's great, Overload's great, Scrapper's like seeing a lot of people like, I've seen a lot of people talk about Scrapper like, oh, this is actually the best one of these things, and I can't disagree, it's a really good one. Rampage is Long Haul is pretty cool, and then Hightower and Scrap Metal are pretty great, and Overload is probably my favorite one, and I haven't even transformed a whole lot, but I love this thing, it's wonderful, I love it. Number 13 is my second favorite Autobot and the repaint of it. It is Earthrise Wheeljack and Generation Selects Exhaust. I knew they were going to do Exhaust. It was kind of obvious they were going to do that. But I'm so impressed with this thing. I really like it. It's better than the Generations one. But who said that? Anyway, I love this thing. I really do. It's so fun. And then, excuse me, sorry. Then the exhaust comes along, and it's wonderful. It's got the cool mercenary symbol on it. I very much love exhaust, and it doesn't have the traditional like Marlboro thing going on for it, but I love it. I love her. Yeah, it's a girl to me, and she sounds like this. This is my headcanon, by the way. Number 12 is another tie. It's kind of hard not to do it. It is Earthrise Cliffjumper and then Netflix Bumblebee. This is a deluxe. Like, at first I had a problem with it. It's like, holy shit, this is a deluxe. But I looked at him in person and I was like, why not? And then I got him. I very much enjoy him. I love him. And then Bumblebee came around, and it's impressive. This thing, honestly, I know I said it earlier with the sound wave. This is like a mini masterpiece, and I say that because I transformed the masterpiece earlier. It's got almost about the same engineering and transformation, aside from you have to take off the back. That is an issue. But overall, I don't think it's that much of an issue. I very much enjoy it a lot. Either way, I very much like this duo. Yeah. Number 11. Holy shit. Earthrise Astrotrain. I love Astrotrain because I just think he's so underused. They barely used him in G1. I mean, they did use him in the movie, but as a transport, I love Astrotrain because he's such a tall dude, and he can like transform into an old locomotive, and he transforms in a space shuttle. What's not to love about that? And for years and years, we've had like these awful shit toys. We had the Universe one. I hate that one. It's not because it's a bullet train. It's just that it's not that cool. And then we get the Titan's Return one, and that one's just, I don't like it. It's like a very long train, and then it's like a very big spaceship. This thing does it right. It does all the stuff. Now, I hate that it's sold as a leader, but it's not leader size. It comes with that stupid ass tender car. But overall, I really like this guy, nonetheless. He's so good. And yeah, he's not leader size like I hoped he would be, but I can't deny how much I like this thing. He's so cool. Number 10 is so weird that I even got this thing. First up, imagine you're at your flea market that before, yes, you've bought some third-party stuff before, and that's fine. Whatever. I mean, it's expected, maybe not expected to go to a flea market and find third-party, but, that's kind of believable to find stuff like that if it's a collector's booth. Imagine finding a BotCon exclusive at this thing. Now, that might be also a little bit believable. Like, oh, okay, it's a BotCon thing at a collector's thing. Of course they're going to have it. How about a BotCon exclusive at a flea market for a dirt cheap price? How about I introduce you to Alpha Trizer? I paid $30 for this thing. I was surprised. I literally walked in, saw it, and I was like, oh. And I was expecting like 70. Because I went on eBay right after I bought this thing. It was $100 at the time. I got this for like less than $40. And this is like so good. I was never a real big fan of Thundertron. The Thundertron line. Well, the one thing it had. But like, for what it is, it's great. It's like, I've always, even when I had Thundertron, I was like, this would make a great Alphatron. Then they made it, and I never could find it, and then I found it, and now I love it. Honestly, yeah, it's so good. I'm surprised, not only to find it, but to love it so much. I was playing with this for like weeks. It's so good. Number 9 goes to something I wasn't really super thrilled about, but I was like, I want it. And I never could find it all of 2019. And then I got lucky one day, and I just stumbled upon one. I got him. Ectotron. He's so cool. I'm not the hugest Ghostbusters fan. Like, I like the movie, and I like the other movies, including the 2016 one, but I'm not a huge fan. There's, of course, lines in that's hilarious, like, this man has no dick. That's a fucking funny line, with context, of course. I just I just quoted it out of context. Beside the point. Point is, I don't really like, I don't love Ghostbusters, but I do like it. And that much of a like has made me buy the Ecto, the Ecto 1 when they made the Lego set. And then this came out, and I bought it. It's the Hotspot mold, but overall, it's so cool. I really like it. And I added the blast effect from, I think, Siege Rung, and it's like the proton thing. It's not the color, but still, nonetheless, it's still great. I love this guy. In fact, he sits on my masterpiece shelf because he just feels like he belongs there in a way. Number 8 goes to a figure that, like, I've seen this before, and I never had the want for it. And then this year, like, the last few years I've wanted it, but I've never pulled the trigger. It's not an expensive thing. But finally I sat down after a conversation and bought it. It's the G1, the 07 Jazz, but in G1 colors. I've always liked that mold of Jazz. It's not been perfect. It's not the perfect Jazz, but, like, he's still fun. I like him a lot. So to finally get the G1 version, because I got tired of the old Reveal the Shield Jazz. I hate to break that to most people. I lost its charm. And although the Studio Series 86 one came out, and I do have him, but he's not a part of this list because he came out, I got him this year. But anyway, I very much like this guy. He's so cool, and I very much enjoy him. He's really great. Number 7, like how I said last time, I've always seen it. It's not expensive. It's just finally I pulled the trigger. This is the exact opposite. I always saw it. I always wanted it. But then, like, finally I was like, sure, why not? They went away, and they were hard to find. They're from a company that no longer exists. And I kind of lost faith that I was ever going to find them. But then, luckily a video by the wonderful Few brought these things back to the attention of everybody. And then finally, I finally got them. Thanks to my good pal Dan Storm. Bluster and Trench, the Mario Brothers colors. I have seen these things before for, like, not expensive prices, but not, like, cheap. I've seen them for, like, 60 to 80 bucks before. And then, unfortunately, they just went away. Now I finally got them. Dan was just wanting to get rid of them, and I've swooped in, and I paid whatever price because I've wanted these things, and I've always wanted these things. They're just so nice looking. I love them to death. They're just Mario and Luigi. How can you hate them? They're precious. Mamma mia, they're precious. Number 6 goes to a masterpiece. The first masterpiece on this list, I do believe. It was going to be MP Skywarp, but I looked at him again. And it's not like the MP11 Skywarp, it's just a Skywarp. Anyway, first masterpiece of the list, Barricade. Movie masterpiece Barricade. I found him on 40 bucks on eBay, I think, and I just swooped in and grabbed him, and I dig him. I really love him. He's like the perfect movie Barricade. He's got everything you want. He has the opening mouth of so you can't see that well. Anyway, but I'm glad to get him. He is so damn good. I don't know how to best describe him. He's just like a surprise, and he's just so great. Number 5 goes to something I alluded earlier. It's Studio Series Leadfoot. Let me talk a little funny story about this guy. So, I don't know if you know, this year, pre-ordering Transformers was ass. For the big expected ones like Gigawatt, Leadfoot, the Amazon stuff, if you didn't get that pre-order right away, good luck. Mostly because of scalpers and bots and shit, and it's fucking awful. So I woke up one morning just specifically to pre-order this thing, and unfortunately, because I waited, I don't know, the exact millisecond to refresh that page, it was gone. Bots took it, and I got so mad I went to bed. Right back to bed. I didn't go to bed for the rest of the day. 2 hours later, I woke up to Joe Powell's asking, "Hey, did I get a pre-order on this?" And I was like, "No, unfortunately I didn't." He's like, "Hey, do you want me to pre-order it? It actually is in." And I was like, "Please." Then after a while, it started showing up around in America, and he was just questioning. He was just like, "Hey, I know there's a big deal with the post office around there. Have you went out and looked for it?" I'm like, "No, not yet, but I'll look for it." And then one day I went around and I found Leadfoot. and I got him. And let me tell you, that day I did look for him. I went to 4 Targets for this guy. I went to one, they didn't have anything. Went to the next one, nothing. Went to another one, nothing. And I was only going to go to 1. I wasn't going to go to 4. But luckily on that 4th try, I finally got one. And I do want to thank Joe Powell for, helping me out and wanting to help me with this. This isn't the one he got me. This is just the one I bought. He canceled the pre-order as soon as I showed him a picture of me getting it. But, my God, he's so good. And I'm honestly going to sit here and say it. I've always really liked the original deluxe from Dark of the Moon. That's hard to get. Which, by the way, I found another one this year. I forgot to mention that. I found another one on eBay for $40. I snatched it, and it's on my shelf right now. And it looks really cool with the other one. I don't want to show it. Anyway, got this guy, and God, I love this guy. I think he's better than the Dark of the Moon Deluxe. The one thing I do hate is that these weapons, like the missile pods and these little machine guns, they come off really easily. But he's so good. I love him. He's so great. He's just going to sit there from now on. Anyway, number 4. Real quick. I've always felt like the Battle Blades Bumblebee that came from Hunt for the Decepticons was the best Bumblebee toy ever. And nothing surpassed it for years. I always thought, there's no other way you could beat this. This is a perfect deluxe Bumblebee. How could you even beat this? Easily. Movie masterpiece. Bumblebee. This guy was hard to find. I couldn't find this guy for cheap prices for the longest time. Until one day I got lucky and found it on eBay for $100. And I was like, fuck it. We'll buy it. At first, I had Barricade as number 4, and this was wherever Barricade was. But whenever I transformed these two guys again today, I can't deny how damn good this thing is. It's literally the best Bumblebee, movie Bumblebee toy ever. He's got the cool, you can hold up his little thumb, he can give you a thumbs up. He has, all the cool shit, like the battle mask. His gun is literally all the movie masterpiece stuff comes with so much accessories and shit, except for Ironhide, just comes with just 2 big guns. But, all they come with accessories that I just throw in a bag. This thing has just one little thing, and it stores. Everything else just is fucking, this is here. But I'm so glad to get this guy, and he's so great. I don't know what else to tell you. He's just really good. Number 3 goes to an MMC figure, Mastermind Creations, which this year is their 10th anniversary, and I want to wish them a good, happy anniversary. This is my favorite third-party line. Anyway, MMC re-released a bunch of their figures, and they're still doing that. In fact, I got a pre-order for Calidus later. Please put out Comatose. I really want my Turmoil baby. But anyway, got this reissue. It is Tyrantron. It's their IDW Autobot Megatron. Oh my god. This thing is so good. But by the way, you could transform this thing into the jet mode, and it looks like a pickaxe. But I genuinely like this guy so much. His cannon's a little big, and I don't like that. It's not accurate to the comics. This thing doesn't even transform into whatever was accurate, because this thing was designed when there was no alt mode for this guy. But either way, this thing's so damn good, and he's my favorite Megatron toy, probably by now. It stands so great, and it just looks so, it just looks marvelous. It's something I can't describe. It's something you gotta, look in person, because this thing, he's the best MMC toy I've ever bought. He's better than the Thunder Clash. I think it's no. Which one's... When was that? What was that one? Anyway, was that one Calidus? No, Calidus is hot. Either way, this is really good. This is my favorite MMC figure, and I hope, they reissue so much more stuff we missed out. Turmoil, please. Number 2 was a figure I wanted since 2019 when they unveiled it, and I finally got it, and he's so damn good. MPM Jazz. Holy shit. I've also become a Jazz fan. I love Jazz a lot. He's such a cool Autobot, and so many cool alt modes, such cool colors. And the movie one has always been has a soft spot in my heart. I've always liked him, although he's only been in like one movie, and for like, well, he's in there for quite a bit. Anyway, I love him. He's so good. He's so articulated. The hands are a little funny, but whatever. My favorite thing about this thing, and I forgot to transform some element of this. It literally, that's my favorite thing about this. I don't have the accessory for it. He comes apart. They didn't have to add that feature. They literally had no... They didn't have to do that. But they did. And I love it. He's just... There's nothing to beat. Now at this point, I finally caught up on the movie masterpiece line. Except Ratchet and Starscream. Oh shit, I got more to go. Now you might be wondering, what's number one, Larry? This is important. I gotta know what number one is. Number one is, first up, dishonorable mentions. These fucking stupid ass Studio Series fucking bitch ass RC things. I hate these so much. I had so much hope for these things. Cause like, stupid little story time for me, I suppose. I always wanted the cool little, there we go. I always wanted the Revenge of the Fallen, this quad pack almost, of Legend RC, Chromia, and Elita 1 with a sideways, deluxe sideways that was cut in half. I've always wanted that, but apparently it got canceled, and I never got it, and I was so sad. So then I saw these things, and I was like, thank God, I could finally do something, and I can finally scratch that itch. No, these things suck. I hate transforming them. I hate displaying them. I hate them. I just hate them. Number one should be obvious. It's Gigawatt. I don't need a backstory for this shit. But if you need one, I really love Back to the Future. It's my favorite movie of all time. I've always wanted Transformers to cross over with Back to the Future. I've always been a big Transformers fan for like 10 plus years. Here it is, and it's so perfect, and I love them. I can't. You don't deserve an explanation. Gigawatt, that's it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I'm sorry the video's long. So, yeah. Let's hope 2021's good, and hopefully soon I'll have this place fixed up and we'll have an update collection video. But until then, thanks for watching, and take care.